Hello D&D people of the internet, it's Max from Maximus Miniature, back with another video, and in today's video, well, it's the first episode of this official little side series on the channel called D&D Theory, where I want to take a look at the unanswered questions of Dungeons & Dragons lore, and attempt to come to some form of conclusion about them. Today's episode's topic is all about humans, so let's get right into it. So, the whole reason I kind of wanted to start this little side series on the channel is because I had a question a couple weeks back. Why do humans exist in the D&D universe? So I went and Googled it. There's no canonical reason for our existence, which is odd. Almost every single race has a reason for being in existence. Elves were made from the byproduct of war between their god and the god of Orcs. Dwarves were forged out of metal. Halflings were made in the vision of good parts from almost every single race by their goddess. So, why weren't humans created by a god? Why are humans just a wild card? Why do we just exist? Well, there's no clear-cut answer. So, today's video is going to be attempting to explain that. My first theory was, we're just elves with short ears. It's a possibility, but it doesn't have a lot of evidence. It doesn't make up for the fact that we don't exude otherworldly presences when just being viewed by other mortals. We lack most of the elves' abilities. The pointy ears would be the reason we're human. We're just elves without pointy ears. But there's the long life, the not need to actually sleep, the whole reincarnation thing. It's all just a bunch of unanswered questions. So, us being elves, or descendants of elves, isn't really an option. My second thought was, well, what if we're just big halflings? Or big dwarves? Let's start with the halflings. Halflings pretty easy to disprove. Halflings were created with the vision by their goddess to be some of good parts from everything. They would take the community that dwarves have, the ferocity of orcs, mixed with the elegance of elves, and the persistence of humans, our uncanny ability to just get up and get going again. So she kind of mixed all that together to create halflings, and a little bit of halfling lore. Halflings, the reason that they're cursed to just forever wander is because all the other gods kind of went, hey, you made an OP race. They're really good. You took the best parts out of our races and stuck them all into one. So your race is forever cursed to wander the world. That's a little bit of halfling lore. I'll go more in depth in a halfling specific video, but that's just a little taste of it. So with that in mind, halflings were created with the vision of humans, meaning halflings are a more recent race than humankind, so that option's off the table. Dwarves are a possibility, but just like the elves, it's kind of a stretch. I mean, it's possible, but we don't have the poison resistance, and it's actually about it, but it doesn't match as well. Neither of these theories really hit home nearly as hard as my third and final theory. Now, I started analyzing the three races that I'm about to discuss. Elves, humans, orcs. Humans can breed with elves to produce half-elves. Orcs can breed with humans to produce half-orcs. While orcs can also produce halfling orcs with halflings, that's beside the point. Most half-orcs are half-human, half-orc. So there's an obvious connection between these races. You take a look at them, they're all roughly within the same height range and similar weight ranges. They got varying muscle capabilities. Elves are light and dexterous, and they live for a long time, while orcs are strong, sturdy, hard to kill, and they live for a short amount of time. Humans, on the other hand, are somewhere in the middle. We're not nearly as strong as an orc, but we're stronger than an elf. We're not nearly as dexterous as an elf, but we're more dexterous as an orc, on average that is. And then age. While we're not clear-cut in the middle, we live longer than an orc, yet shorter than an elf. Repeatedly seen, we're kind of a middle ground between the two races. If it's not obvious where I'm going with this, then let me hammer it home one last time. Think about it. The orc race and the elf race and the human race are obviously connected because humans can breed with orcs and elves, but why can't orcs breed with elves? Why isn't there no half-orc elf? Now, I'm not really knowledgeable on past lore from past editions, so for all I know, there is something buried in 1 through 4th edition that has a half-orc, half-elf, and I just missed something in my research. But from what I'm looking at, I think that humans are a byproduct of orc and elf breeding. They share similarities. The 3 races are obviously connected due to their ability to interbreed, while at the same time, they're kind of a middle ground for the different highs and lows of either race. And to hammer it all home, with all of them being obviously connected, there is no direct half-breeding between half-orcs and elves. So, I don't know. It is just a theory. It's just a theory. A D&D theory. And cut. That was okay. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. This is kind of a shower thought with a couple minutes of research put into it that kind of got my juices flowing. It wasn't a super complex video. I didn't put a ton of time into this. I just did a couple Google searches, read a couple articles, and thought, hey, why don't I present this to my 31 subscribers and see what they think. So, tell me what you think in the comments below. And also in the comments, give me some questions that you've always thought about Dungeons & Dragons lore. Why is it that so many barbarians rage in such similar ways? Why is it that all druids transform into animals? Sure, some of them have other uses for their animal abilities, but why do they all possess that singular ability? Is that just a druid thing? And why can't other people do it as easily as they can? I don't know. This is genuinely something that I enjoy doing. I like analyzing and questioning the fragile, unexplained histories of this universe, and I want to do it more on this channel. So, go down in the comment section, let me know what you thought of this theory, what theories you would like to see in the future, and just all around if you enjoy the content on this channel. As always, like, subscribe, share with a couple friends, comment about what you want to see in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.